Snurgle blurg! I am the here. Sneaky barrel plate. No! None of that! Shame on you, Nox. Anyway, how is you, Jindra? How is you, Nox? Switch over. Okay, so, firstly, this is Mana at the end of the, no weapons, no shield run. So that happened. Squirrel should have rolled me over last night. Really? Huh. Let's just toss out the second barrel he placed, right? By contrast, like, Mana beat the final boss in last Epoch at level 63, and I had cleared 2 of the 3 available dungeons that aren't a part of, like, the Lost Monolith timeline shit, which is surprising, by the way, and I almost beat the 3rd one. I'm gonna save that bit for the video that I'm working on. Angry at a boss that has way too much bullshit. Yeah, I noticed. Apparently Emerald Saga's got a really bullshit final boss. I hate it when an RPG does that. But yeah, suffice to say the run was very successful. And yeah, I went start to finish and Mana never had, like, a weapon or a shield at all. Only for some routes. Yeesh. But I have half a mind to play a build that I think kind of sounds neat. Other than a quiver. Yes, it's technically categorized as a weapon, but look, those usually don't make very effective melee weapons, okay? Besides, that was a stat stick for all intents and purposes. But yeah, I actually, because we played this on stream for, like, testing purposes, and I was actually really keen on, like, playing a little bit with the Beastmaster mastery tree. And, like, seeing what I could do with that, because that seemed really neat. The hell am I gonna... Okrar. His name is Okrar. Is that an actual name? Fuck if I know. A piece of wood on a string can hurt a good amount more than a straight fist. You got me there. However, it was not in the hand. That was basically, like, my whole thing about the run. It's like nothing can be in the hands. If it's in the hands on the character model, it's out, because that means I'm swinging it around like a weapon. And really, for all intents and purposes, there isn't a quiver on the character model when you have one equipped, unless you have a bow, I think, so... Never had one on my person. All I did was hit people with my hands. Wait, I'm gonna name this Primalist Okrar. I have no idea. Like, I don't think I'm going to do this, like, oh, it's only gonna be, like, the beasts that are dealing damage or whatever the hell. I just want to, like, play with this a little bit. Okrar. We're gonna do normal. I'm actually not gonna do solo character found. Matthias, I'm gonna keep, like, that's fine. But any characters that I just, like, want to play with and test, like, I will let them share, like, a stash. That's fine.
In the beginning, there was darkness.
Shut up, Oribus.
Only terror, myself, and the void.
Nobody cares!
I was content with nothing.
Oh, boo-hoo!
Dreamt of light, of life, of humanity.
I'm giving him shit because he's the main big bad.
We disagreed. And yet, in our world, there were gods. Majasa of the desert, Largon of the sea, Rye of the endless skies, and Hierot of the frozen tundra. But fate stole Terra away. Without her, there was conflict, then wars. In the end, it was Rye who sought to outshine the sun that would pull the world into his flame. caught within Rye's gaze were the Keepers, an order sworn to protect Eterra's memory and the power it still holds.
Y'all get to see this because it's like cool
They
narrative
were
stuff,
joined
and also
by
like
someone
if you don't have Last Epoch,
unexpected,
maybe get it because like it's a lot of fun.
willing to walk into the flames of war. But why? Was it honor they sought? Power? Redemption? Or was this fate?
All of the above.
Perhaps. But no story is quite that simple.
Okay, so I'm gonna be okay using weapons, but I want to focus on like doing all of the summons and stuff. So, Wolf.
Possible.
Am I only allowed the one? I'm only allowed the one, aren't I? Has an ability. And allies around them, granting them frenzy and 25% more melee damage, multiplicative with other modifiers for 3 seconds. The Howl also heals allies around your...
Hey devs, I found a thing that you need to fix.
Anyway, moving on.
I can still feel the restless spirits of my family. The Temple of Eterra will have my answers.
Let's go! Reminds me of, like, the days when I played as a Tauren Hunter a little bit. Just a little. Although that, as a spell, is costly. 40 mana.
Traveler, as Kitty wishes to destroy
Yeah,
us
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
steal Eterra's legacy.
Yeah, get that Phoenix! Yeah, it's going a lot faster than I tried to do this as a Primalist with no melee weapons. Really does help when you're wielding a fucking axe, huh?
Impossible.
Okay, Gathering Storm. Strike your enemy with a mighty lightning-powered storm. When you use Gathering Storm and hit at least one enemy, gain a storm stack. Every second you expend a storm stack, cause a storm bolt to strike a nearby enemy. This interval is reduced by 2% for every stack that you currently have. That was a lot of words to basically say, hey, when you have a stack, like these stacks will decay, and when they decay, they will do damage to nearby enemies. Oh, and they also decay slower as you have more stacks. Like, point in case. Neat. Yes, I know how to swap skills. Do you not realize how many times I've beaten this game? Twice. I've beaten it twice. Which, honestly, not a lot of games can get those kind of bragging rights, especially modern day games. Alright, here we are. The Burning Forest. You know, on principle, that actually seems really cool. Oh, ew! What the fuck? My man has high fire damage! Bruh! Fucking disgusting! Okay, new passive point. Yeah. Increased minion health, 5% versus my 10. 2 min plus 1, lightning resist, cold resist, strength, which I learned was not very good when you have no melee weapon to take advantage of that strength. That scales on attunement. That scales on attunement and strength. Okay. Okay, interesting. Oh yeah, I can be a totem primalist. And that will let me dual wield. Ooh. But I take more damage. Fascinating. All right. So that is not a bad take. This is not a bad take. They're all good takes. It really depends on what you want to do. I know that's going to scale on attunement. That scales on attunement. Storm crows. And that would require a spear. We're going to be a Beastmaster, which gets me summon a raptor. Then I can summon a bear. I think I want my minions to hit as hard as humanly possible. And I also would like to hit as hard as humanly possible. So we'll go down this way.
When you arrived, it was
Yes. Let
me watch you fight.
Sure. Oh!
Smoke.
There is indeed smoke. Ooh, a sword! Don't mind if I do. Actually, here's the point. I like me some swords, okay? What? That's a new one. Cowgirl learned to do an Asura punch. I'm sorry, what? Next skill is swipe, if I'm not mistaken. As in grow an extra couple sets of arms and punch a whole what the fuck? That sounds crazy cool. There's the skill specialization. You now have the Thorn Totem. Nearby enemies, you can have maximum 2 Thorn Totems by default. Oh, they are literally turrets. They only scale on attunement, so they're not as useful to me. Wait, what? Get him! Fuck up the bird! Oh. Oh no. Oh no. What the fuck happened? So if we make it the wolf, wolves deal more damage, multiplicative with other modifiers. Wolves have increased attack and movement speed. Wolves have additional dodge rating and increased dodge rating for each point of strength that I have. Wolves have more health, multiplicative with other modifiers. Your wolves have a chance to retaliate with Storm Bolt when hit, and deal more spell damage, multiplicative with other modifiers. So they just become Storm Wolves. Oh, that's a big one. You can have an additional wolf active at once. You can have an additional companion active at once. The extra wolf counts towards your companion limit. I could do wolves only. Howl of Might. Wolves have more damage and dodge rating multiplicated with other modifiers. Okay. Specialize. Tundra Stalkers. Frozen Fangs. Battle Cry. Shaman's Bond. I think that's so nutty. Wolves cannot be stunned. Oh, that's good. I'm gonna make it so they deal more damage, though. That much feels like a no-brainer. Like, do that one. We're not gonna use the totem. The totem... Not that the totem is bad. Totem's good. I'm just not gonna build attunement, so I don't fucking care. It's like, oh, cool, totem. What am I gonna do with that? I'll tell you what, nothing. Although I would like to have an estimate on how much damage my wolf could do.
Where'd you learn to fight?
Where are you from? There. Because, like, every character more or less seems to come from specific areas. Like, the, pardon-moi.
Quick, before it reaches town.
The rogue is from the area with Majasa. The primalist is from the area with Heobrat. The champion or Templar or whatever they're called is from the area with Rye.
Well done.
I guess nobody really specifically is from, like, Lagan's area. But I would say the mage and the acolyte are, probably. Makes the most sense. Ooh, a sash. I need a belt. Yes, let me wield this wand. I also picked up a ruby amulet at some point. Ooh, I can build a bastard sword. 20 melee damage. It would occupy both hands. Yep. I want to dual wield. I want to be a raging barbarian. Raging barbarian of a man that has wolves. Wolves and raptors and bears and snakes and ravens and all this stuff. That just sounds silly.
It ends here.
Or the whole area? I think so. Whee! Okay, yep. You can cover a fair amount of distance if you're, like, really good with the leap.
Sounds like the keepers have done a group. Even there, it's now. Speaking of,
Yeah.
I must head there now. Feel free to look around. See you shortly.
Okay, you can't go through objects. Damn it! Can you show me what you got? Sell. Buy. Whip. Mighty Oak Armor. Buy. Whip. Dreamcatcher. Sure, why not? Loves. No rings. Ergo, you are now worthless to me. God, I'm moving so slow. The speed that Mana could move at the end of the no weapons run was kind of absurd.
Grail was one there. Both. Not you even could they do this. And our alliance is secure. We'll lend our aid to heal Borea's army.
How did I even get this far with no weapons as a primalist? Like, seriously. Get off my bar. Your wolf's melee hits deal more damage and have a greater chance to stun. And has improved base critical strike, but has less attack speed. Honestly, I think it's worth it. Hurricane Bastard Sword, Catapult Sash of Regrowth, Mighty Hide Boots. I don't think you're supposed to be swinging a sword that hard. Chalice. This is like an instance of like, oh, he probably doesn't care, but at the same time, it's like, well, he should, because otherwise he's gonna be like short a sword.
Impossible.
Warrior's Gladius of Wounds. I already know how broken Bleed is. I'm not equipping it. Bleed doesn't have a limit on how many stacks you can put on an enemy. Like, they fade pretty quickly, depending. But there's no limit. So, if you can apply the Bleed stacks fast enough, you can apply like 200 stacks. And though they deal flat damage, nothing's going to live through consistently applying 200 stacks of Bleed, which is, you know, just a casual 7,000 damage. Assuming no physical damage resistance. And that's per tick. But no, Bleed's not broken. Absolutely not. Why would it be broken? Like, I got to the end of my no weapons only challenge. Or no shields, no weapons challenge. I'm like, I think Bleed might need a nerf. Because I'm like, I should not have been able to do this easily. The fact that I could says something about the game. Also, Monk Wen. Hide Armor of Deflection, Bastard Sword.
As Orion ordered.
How do you like them apples? Way to go. Damn it. Wolf skill leveled up. My doggo's gonna do cold damage with the... Oh my god, what? What do you mean? What do you mean they get an increased chance to stun? What? Dog's gonna bite so hard it's gonna stun every chomp. Literally gonna be over here like, no. And it's like, oh. Am I appear to be stunned. Here, if we're gonna wield a shield, at least wield that one. Must look really strange. I'm playing the game normally. What is this? I'm a challenge run, I'll tell you that much. Also, I love that enemies can have, like, factions and can fight amongst each other. That is, like, a detail that is so often missed in games. It's like, these two would never team up and fight against the player. Why are they teaming up and fighting against the player? I see it in so many different games, and it's like, oh, those two are fighting. Really? Are they? It feels like they're both teaming up to shoot me. You know? Ooh. Oh, wait. No, that's an actual valid way to have your shield equipped. That's fucking weird as shit, but that's a valid way to have your shield equipped. Probably what would be more realistic is that, like, where you hold the shield would just be attached to the middle, but, like, I mean, you know, again, valid way for the shield to be equipped. It could be that there's a strap of, like, leather there from the middle that you're grabbing onto, and then, like, some stapled on metal. So, like, you squeeze them together, and so you're technically holding it further away from the center, but you're still holding center mass. Wait, what are you doing, doggo? Aww. Look at this silly pooch. Are we sure this is a wolf? Looks kind of more like a German Shepherd to me. Granted, that's really not saying much. Aww. That was the animation. I was like, wait, what are you doing? Assassin's Dreamcatcher of Regrowth. I think it's a blue. Depending on, like, its default, like, item ranges, it might be bad, but, like, got additional things on top of it. It's harder to be worse white rarity. That feels good. That feels good when it's like, oh, there's a wall there, not that thick, I'm gonna jump over it. There's so much that Last Epoch does right. Like, honestly. And it probably does it right insofar as, like, how much money do you want to bet that, like, their primary inspiration was, like, Diablo 2 and Diablo maybe 1 and parts of 3? Like, right? Because there's stuff in this gameplay that's, like, it feels good enough that, like, they probably took some good liberal inspiration from another game. And considering the genre, Diablo is the first game that comes to mind personally. Not necessarily the progenitors of the genre, but certainly the ones that got the most infamy about it. Man, damn these fucking Aarakocra, you know? I know that's not what they're called, but the game calls them Osprix. That's it, the game just calls them Osprix. I want to call them Aarakocra, because it's like, that just makes more sense to me. Damn, we got hops. I think it would have been funny that as soon as he died, he just fell, but his animation actually doesn't ragdoll. Which sucks, but, I mean, I get it. Okay, can I jump this gap? Damn it! Yes, increased minion damage. Let's go.
No room.
There we are. Let's go sell our shit really quick. My wolf just killed somebody. Huh. Well done. Now I have Itera's blessing. Seems good. Seems really good. I don't need to feel tired right now. Ugh. Hate that feeling. Ugh. Fucking sleep apnea, I swear to God. Alright, back to the fortress walls. Oh, I cannot heal myself. At least not under normal circumstances. Or, no? Apparently I can? I can, huh? Interesting. Alright, 2 storerooms. Sorry, also give me a hot tick. I'm gonna go get something to drink. Maybe that'll help me stay awake. Alright, give me a sec. Hup. Alright. Can of liquid death acquired. I was thinking, maybe I could drink some more alcohol. No. No, that's just gonna make me more sleepy. Class, what's the difference between a depressant and a stimulant? The depressant will make you wanna go to sleep. Okay, back to it. dare hurt my dog. I will end you! Yeah, just, no big deal. Just leap through the fucking archway. The door frame, rather. I could just see that now. Like, you leap through the, like, the doorway, and the stone just crumbles beneath your might. Just, goosh! I am here to save the day. Really? Did you have to leap through the door frame? Yes. Why? It was in my way. How? I wanted to jump. What?
Impossible.
God, this feels like such a different experience compared to, like, the fucking rogue. That's really good about this, because, like, something I feel like Path of Exile kind of fucked up is that none of the classes felt inherently unique other than where they started off on the sphere grid. Which, like, okay. And while Final Fantasy X, you can argue most assuredly has the same problem, that's in the end game where nobody starts to feel different, right? But in the very beginning of the game, you know that Lulu is the black mage. Yuna is the summoner that also is a white mage. Wakka is the guy that throws a ball, aka actually an archer, believe it or not. The dude would classify as an archer in Final Fantasy class terms. Tidus, arguably a fighter. Auron, like a knight. We've seen power breaking stuff before. Riku, the thief, splashed a little into monk because she wields like fist weapons. Like, everybody feels unique. Even Kimahri, who is a dragoon blue mage of all things. And, like, the other thing Kimahri is, unfortunately, is a mime? Because his whole gimmick is he starts in the middle of the sphere grid and he can go to anybody else's path, which is, like, cool, bud, but also, like, why? Why aren't you more unique? You know? Alright, I did your thing. I can dual wield! I can't dual wield those. Damn it! Whereas, like, Path of Exile, I know based on where they start in this, like, the sphere grid equivalent, you have your thief. You have what's called a duelist. You have your, like, I believe it's called, like, the barbarian. You have your Templar. You have your, like, wizard mage lady. Excuse me. And you have your, like, huntress or whatever the fuck. Like, there's, I can't even remember what all they are. Like, there's 6 individual character archetypes that fit all of the individual and the combos that are possible that are unique. And then there's the Scion, whose only unique characteristic really, reasonably, is that you pick them up at the end of the game. Or not even really at the end of the game. Like, you unlock them now at this point, like, probably at the halfway fucking point. They used to be a character that you got towards the end of the game. And they are all three. They are a strength, intelligence, dexterity character. What's the difference between all three of them? Starting stats. Okay, so what does that mean for what they can equip? Not a lot. Because if you really work hard at it, feasibly you could make the strength guy equip all the dexterity gear. Or equip all the intelligence gear. It's not smart based on where they start on the sphere grid, but you could do it. Anyway, I don't know where I was going with this originally. Something or other about, like, uniqueness in video games and how, like... Like, I can just feel that on the outset, Last Epoch understood the assignment. Like, there are 5 characters that kind of represent the 5 stats. You have, like, the Crusader, the... Well, no. You know, the Primalist, the Thief, the Templar, and then the Mage and the Acolyte. Okay, so there's a little double dipping. But, like, even then, the Thief could be melee or ranged, and it's pretty obvious. Or they could be like a duelist archetype, right? Like, you could feasibly build that, like, rogue into a strength dex character and make that shit work. Or you could just make her a falconer. Yeah, she can also just be a companion class. I think that's nutty. Acolyte summons literally all of the skeletons. They have some cool edgelordy shit. The Mage? What kind of magic user do you like to play as? Because the answer is yes, they have it. They have the spell sword. They have the, you know, complicated, I cast spells in an order to make a bigger spell. And then I have the, I cast my spells that hurt the most biggest. I'm currently playing the Primalist, which is like, oh yeah, I'm a barbarian druid shaman. Like, what? What do you mean you're a barbarian duelist or barbarian druid shaman? And like the Templar Crusader individual's like, I am the fucking paladin, forge guard, and like one other archetype. And it's like, wow. Hunter's Restoration can lead to Hunter's Emanation. You've increased health, and every 3 seconds your next hit restores your health. Makes me tankier, and then whenever I get that, my minions get a heal, and they also deal more damage. There's also that lets me deal more damage. That's cute. That's cute. Or I could get more minion damage, and they get healed by my potions. The faster revival, and more health. We're gonna focus on the minions. Well, the doggo. The doggo is not a minion. The doggo is friend. Broken sword. Oh yeah, because it's from the next timeline. It's technically, very technically better. Don't ask me how that works. Damn, my damage output went up by a lot now that I'm dual wielding. Got another skill specialization. I don't know what to specialize in. Maybe leap? Oh no, you know what? Etera's Blessing. I should specialize in Etera's Blessing. Commander. Yes. Okay, we're good there. Leap. Oop. 2 levels away from Warcry. Which would probably be... But nope, attunement. Yeah, they both use attunement. That one actually has a buff on it. Interesting. Warcry is interesting. But yeah, I am thinking Terra's Blessing, which would give elemental and poison resistance, better healing, more mana efficient, cast on a minion. Terra's Blessing also grants increased movement, attack, and cast speed for 4 seconds. Yep. Yep. If I'm going to play this build with as, like, let's rely on the minions, this seems like the appropriate thing to do. It's cast on your Sabretooth or Raptor. You're both granted a chance to cause enemies to bleed. Gnarly. Then yes, specialize in Terra's Blessing. Have Ardent Touch. Hello? Pizza delivery for, Hardy Bone? What?
This way. You're here to help protect the sun! The drink! Tread carefully.
Yeah, we'll be fine. Honestly, if I can get this, like, bonus attack speed up high enough, I can offset how bad the penalty is for... Oh, I can kill allies. That's neat. I don't know when the fuck I'll need to use... Well, no. Huh. Okay, can I hit my wolf, please? Thank you. Oh god. Look, I have learned from both my challenge run and my casual playthrough that we do not fuck with the light mages. The light mages will fuck you up, man.
Not here. It isn't safe. We'll reconvene outside.
That sounds stupid. Why would we reconvene outside? Better. It's just better. I don't even have to, like, do the, like, narrows eyes, stares very closely at the different stats. It's just better. That you sometimes do in these kinds of games.
Should hold first to reinforce the house, sir. Enough with you here. All right, it. Well, tell you what. Let's get out of here first, and then I'll explain more. These peace talks are hardly worth it if you don't know why Orion is after us.
God, I low-key kind of wish I had the leg strength to just jump up an entire flight of stairs. Warrior Silver Ring. Ooh. Increased damage over time, increased physical damage. Wolf is made better. I can let them do cold damage. I want to get the extra wolf. The sooner I get the extra wolf, the better. It's too far to be affected by the wolf buff. Love the Haste Shrine. It's so stupid. Because it increases, like, everything. Movement speed, attack speed, cast speed. You name it, it increases it. It's fucking dumb, and I love it. Physical damage. That for right now. Water Shrine, better cooldown reduction and mana regen. I'm just thinking about it, and it's like, is the Primalist the only one with the healing spell? And I'm like, I don't think so. The Templar character exists, and they've become like a paladin basically. Surely they've got something. And it's like, I genuinely have no idea. You know, random silly question, because, like, I don't know who here cares about League of Legends. But I was thinking, like, I wonder if League of Legends will ever include a, like, champion that all they do is summon pets, and their pets follow them around in lane and shit. Like, the obvious answer is no. Because, like, they already have a bad enough time trying to balance Heimerdinger. How the fuck are they going to balance a champion like that? And to that I say, I don't have a very good answer. likely not. Just a dumb question that crossed my mind. Well, I say dumb. There are no dumb questions. Rather, it was a question that I was curious to know the answer to. But was a hypothetical.
I'm sure you have questions, but let me first check and make sure the Epoch's safe.
No room. No room.
Ooh. More likely that they introduce a champion focused on buffing and directing the naturally occurring team mobs. Yeah, and I already feel like that's pretty fucking unlikely as is.
Good. No.
I got him! If I do a Primalist challenge run, I need to do like that specifically. It'd just be all like, come here. It's like, all right. So now you're gonna explain. Hold on. There's a guy flying on a drag coming. I got him. And then just skip to where we're in town. Like, I just stopped the story from proceeding. And then before the time travel to the future, it's like, what do you mean I'm skipping some of the story? Oh, all right. Here's what you missed. And that's how I saved his sorry hide. Anyway, moving on. Because, like, it would be skipping the Altari Highlands, the Osprix War Camp, and the Summit. Which there are worse things to skip. Avian Guard, 38 armor plus 3 attunement. Interesting. Also, still laugh at how brokenly well built summoners are in Anima Beyond Fantasy. Ooh. I don't remember if we talked about this game before. Designed right, they're basically a party to themselves with even more options. Ooh, fair enough. Alright. Buy the boots, equip the boots, sell those boots. Like, it's so early game that, like, my stats are gonna fluctuate hard, so it doesn't really fucking matter. As long as I've got something in a slot. Brought it up before. Oh, right, you have! Right. That's the tabletop RPG. Now I remember. Okay.
Right.
It's Hera's blessing.
Anyway, moving on!
Everything okay? What? And what? That week there. Are you? Stay safe. Stay alive. And bring Balthus back.
One more level and I get War Cry. Honestly, like, this game really does make it so any play style, any way you want to play it, is just viable, basically. Like, provided that it falls in line with what classes are available. Like, if you've got a play style in mind with that class, you can probably play it. And I think that's cool. Now, I really don't think the devs intentionally had in mind playing the game with no weapon. And a quiver in the offhand. Because, let's face it, that's literally just a damage, or a stat stick at that point. But if they did intend it, I mean, more power to them, frankly. Okay, so now we have War Cry.
Impossible.
Because it says, unleash a mighty roar that knocks back nearby enemies and stuns them for 1.5 seconds. Rares and bosses are stunned for half as long, so 0.75 seconds. Jesus! Hey, you want to build a barbarian? Well, here's how you build a barbarian. Oh. Oh. That's the wrong class. I'm not wielding a shield. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Honestly, what? Passive tree... I guess shaman. You go down the shaman tree if you want to, like, make a barbarian. Because you go down druid to, well, be a druid. And it gets you a werebear form. And then you get a spriggan form. And apparently a swarm blade, which just sounds terrifying, and I've never seen a swarm blade. So, like... Nobody knows what that is. Could you please, like, explain it to me? Like, the fuck is a swarm blade? 'Cause that sounds terrifying. That is good damage. Frankly, considering I went the entirety of a fucking playthrough swinging my hands back and forth, and it's like, that was the average damage for the entire playthrough? Like 20? Because I know when I was in the early game and it's like, I was doing 5 every hit. Like that... This is good damage compared to what I was used to. And it's like, I just see the occasional big tick of like 300 something or 400 something. And it's like, oh, Jesus, bleed is good. Seriously, it was absurd. Like, I'd go so far as to say, like, if you want to have a pretty fun way to play this game, consider making a bleed build. Because I can only imagine how good that would have been if I was wielding a weapon alongside it. And then using appropriate, like, equipment as well. Like, it was so good without a weapon. How good would it have been with a good weapon? That's the scary part, because I'm pretty sure that build is just straight up, like, broken. Okay. My boon is your boon. It makes sense. The wolf is part of my cast bar. But I don't know. I didn't know if a minion got my buffs. Probably don't get all of my buffs, but they definitely get my shrine buffs. Honestly, because of the fact that, like, the no weapon fucking build worked as well as it did, that's part of why, like, I kind of want to just play Primalist normally, at least for a little bit, and see what that's like. Because when I got home from my quick grocery shopping trip, I'm like, what do I want to do today? And I'm like, Last Epoch seems like a good idea, because I've been itching to play a little bit more of that. Because I've been busy with training this week, so I haven't really gotten much opportunity to, like, just chill and relax and play games that are, like, for funsies, whatever the reasoning being. Unless you count Arknights, I guess, which I don't. Speaking of Arknights, I have 2 legendary rarity character. I've gotten 2 additional legendary rarity characters. They're the 1-star units, because you can only get them through recruiting. And you have no idea how weirdly rare they are. They're also really, really bad. Well, they're not awful. Because you can only deploy so many units and Arknights onto a battlefield, but the robot units, do not take up a unit slot. So, you know. Okay, that's the route I want to go, right? Yes, binding heal. Because then when I heal, like, my wolf, it'll give me a little bit of the healing, too. And then I'll do, like, priority target lowest health ally, so that way it'll target, like, my wolves outside of, like, situations where I have a companion. That's not, like, my companions. God, I do love Chapter 12 of Ether Gazer. Ether Gazer Vas? You're in a time loop. But mainly from the perspective of Madoka, not Homura. Oh! And interesting. I might have to look into that, because I am woefully behind on Madoka Magica media, it seems. Yeah, lucky shot. It's a platinum-style action RPG gacha from the same people as Arknights. Hold on. Gazer. Don't make me. Don't make me get into another gacha game. I fucking will. Don't do it. Don't do it. It seems really cool. Don't do it. I fucking will. I fucking will, Gendra. Anyway. Because why I like Arknights as much as I do is because, like, none of it, like, there's not really a pay-to-win element to it, even with the gacha pulls. Because, like, there's actually kind of like a give and take with the higher rarity characters. It's like, yeah, sure, some of the higher rarity characters can be better, but that usually comes at a cost of, like, they are harder to deploy as a result. And because they're harder to deploy, you know, sometimes it's better to just have a lower rarity character around because they're, like, cheaper and easier to deploy. They're also easier to upgrade by comparison. So, you know. Anyway, that's my 2 cents on that. I don't know, man. I like Arc Knights well enough. I thought I liked the Azure Lane, but I'm gonna be perfectly fucking honest right now. You ready? Hot take. Azure Lane has crossed the fucking line when it comes to fan service. Because while I concur that maybe Azure Lane is made for people that are of a particular gender and, like, sexual persuasion, to be perfectly frank, there comes a point where it gets painfully obvious what exactly you're trying to accomplish with your monetization model, and it starts to leave a gross taste in everybody else's mouth. Now, 5-star characters in Ether Gazer are odd because they offer more tactical depth than the lower tier characters, but for free-to-play, the lower rarity characters are generally going to be higher rank. Yeah, it seems like Yostar knows what the fuck they're doing. Which, one moment. Azure Lane. Ah, yeah. Also, Azure Lane is from Yostar. That's the thing. Anyway. I highly doubt, because this is probably like multiple branches are working on separate games here. And like, the branch that's working on like Ether Gazer and like Arc Knights are maybe a little bit more fucking reasonable and less horny than those working on Azure Lane. And I'll be frank, like, if you like what Azure Lane is doing, be my fucking guest, right? That's fine. Just, I'm over here, like, I used to like Azure Lane. Back when, like, the most sexualized character was maybe Taiho. And then Kashino was released, I'm like, oh, Kashino's really cute. Like, yeah, no, like, absolutely. But then it just didn't stop. With, like sexualizing and fan service, it's like, Azure Lane has less horny to it than some other gacha. Yeah, no, that's the wild part.
Have you seen Nikke Goddess of Victory recently? Yeah, also that looks at Blue Archive and punishing Grey Raven. Something you want to tell us? Is there something you want to tell us, guys?
Which is fucking wild to me. That, like, Azure Lane has crossed the line for me. But I think the reason why is because it didn't start at that point for me when I played it originally. So I set, like, the boundary of, like, where I thought it was cool. Meanwhile, Nikke Goddess of Victory is just unashamed. Absolutely unashamed of what it's about. So I'm just like, okay, yeah, it checks. That's fine. Oh, you got a big titty character? That's cool with me. Oh, you got a character with a big butt? I can just stare at that booty when she's shooting people. Just like, honestly, Nikke feels like a fucking parody of, like, sexualizing video game characters in a gacha game. But meanwhile, the story is almost like a fucking satire. Because, like, hey, every Nikkei is a woman, and all the women are expendable and treated like fucking tools. And it's like, oh. I don't know about this, boss. The fucking duality of gacha games, I swear. Meanwhile, Arknights is like the only one that I've reasonably been playing, or that I keep tabs on, I should say. That, like, the aesthetic, the character design, and the costumes that you can pay money to buy,
Or just grind your happy ass off to get the, like, premium currency to buy free.
like, do not clash with the story one bit. Are there characters with big boobies? Yes, there are characters with big boobies. Are there characters that are pretty fucking sexy? Yes, there are characters that are pretty fucking sexy. Both male and female, for that matter. But at least Arknights keeps a consistent tone. I think Y is still one of the more extreme characters in respects to Arknights. I've not seen this character. Y. Arknights. Or wait. Oh yeah, fair. Yeah, no, that's some character design right there. You meet him pretty early in the fucking story. And you just see him and you're like, what the fuck? People look like that in this universe? And yes, they do. Yes, they do. Apparently.
Right.
Am I crazy? Somebody, let me check this track with one of the Endless Legends tracks. I'm not saying somebody copied the other, but I am definitely saying there's some noticeable similarities here that made me stop and go like, wait a fucking minute. If it's the same track, it may have been a placeholder that they forgot to take out, in which case they should take it out. But, like, you know. Ow. But anyway, Arknights. I feel like your tower defense games, maybe you could play it. Although, also, Ether Gazer. Jinder, why did you point out its existence to me? I might be playing another gacha game, folks. And I already, like, as a, like, personal stance, don't like gacha games. I'm really not into the whole idea of, like, oh, cool, I just spent this month's rent trying to get, like, a waifu from this gacha game. Like, not necessarily that they, like, intentionally prey on people that are susceptible to, like, that kind of addiction, because it's kind of, you know, a gambling addiction. Sort of, kind of. But that, you know, again, people are going to do that. While it is their personal responsibility to not spend so much godforsaken money, heaven knows that, like, many of them are over, like, maxing out credit cards trying to pull some of their favorite characters. And there's a very small, if they're doing that, improbable chance that they won't. But that doesn't mean that there is a 100% guaranteed chance that they'll get their character. Most of the time. There's usually either a pity mechanic, or in the case of Arc Knights, if you make so many pulls on a particular banner, you're getting a particular currency that then you can use to probably buy one of the characters that are advertised on that banner. So you will eventually get them, period. If your luck is bad enough and you're spending money. So I tend to not like these games out of principle. I like Arc Knights fine enough, because, again, other than obtaining those characters for, like, because you now have that character, there's really no advantage to having characters of a higher rarity. Because, like, I think I have, like, all the 4-star characters, and I could technically play the entirety of the game, I think, with just the 4-star characters. Any additional 5 and 6 stars that I get are just additional 5 and 6 stars. And I joke, but literally one of the things that I'm trying to do is, like, acquire all of the 1-star characters. Because they're in the game, but for whatever goddamn reason, because you can only get them through Recruit, and a couple of them only through the story, or at least you can get some of them through the story, but you have to get most of them through the recruitment, which isn't the headhunting, which is the, you know, you can pay to pull. They end up being, weirdly, exceedingly rare. Because I think, like, between the fact that there's only, like, 7 1-star characters compared to the 100-plus characters that the recruitment will pull from, period, and every now and again you get a tag that's like, oh, this one will possibly have a 6-star, because recruitment can pull anywhere from 1 to 5 stars, but if you do minimum cost, it can pull from 1 to 3 star. Or maybe 1 to 4. Either way. But that's every hour. Using your recruitment currency of recruitment papers. So, you only have, like, so many pulls that you can do in an hour. But also, while the odds might be a little bit more in your favor for a 1-star character, the fact is that there's just so many other characters in the pool that your odds of actually pulling a 1-star character are exceedingly low. That, like, while yes, it's almost impossible to get a 6-star character in the recruitment because it requires that you get a specific tag to then, like, put them on the table as a possibility. And then after that, it's still a matter of, like, you need to invest as many resources that you can, and there's probably still a very slight chance that even after all of that, you won't get a 6-star character. You keep pulling and trying to get 1-star characters, and the game can still be like, lol, no, here's another 2-star. It's like, what? Why? Why do you do this? Game, just give me my fucking robots. I want to finish out the list of robots, so I have all of the robots. But that's just me. Anyway, what are we doing? Oh yeah, we're clearing out these this Osprey's war camp. So we can go kill their commander and get back an old dude and a piece of the Epoch. But yeah, more of what Arknights does as far as its balancing is concerned, less of whatever the fuck shit like Azure Lane is up to, in my opinion. Hey, Ice Bite. Is that added to my list of abilities, or is it... Nope. Wait, when the fuck did I get... Oh, that was on one of my other level ups. It cycles through cold, physical, and lightning. Cool. Cool. It's attunement-based, isn't it? Yeah, so much fucking Primalist uses attunement, which is fair. Also, look, my wolf is now, like, icy a little bit. Oh no, they absolutely are icy. Just, they still have, like, the leather and stuff on that, like, signifies they're my wolf. But they're blue now. They're an ice wolf. Yeah, it's weird when I feel like a fucking gacha game is more fair and more worth my goddamn time than some other games at times. What a weird state that the fucking gaming industry is in at this time.
You're here for the Epoch. Reaching me was impressive, but it's mine. Co-member wing.
Oh, 5, 216, really? Ah, because it has a mana cost. I see.
The Epoch is ours. Raya, aid me.
You're gonna lose, mate. Oh, shit, that hurt. It just...
Raya. No room, no room, no room, no room,
Aww.
no room.
No, get me out of here.
Okay.
Oh, terror. I will wait there. The the power, if more than now, which, speaking of, let's head back to camp. I must reach Lena at once.
Okay, let me sell some shit.
He's back. He's been quiet.
You're back. Now, not fine. Well, do you going? I feel enough. I own Lena. I'm sorry to you too. This is what's best for us all. With the Epoch's power, I'll finally be able to...
I'm stuck inside the future! Although I do appreciate that the waypoint is still, like, technically active after all of these years.
What is this place? The spirits, they are in pain.
Chance to bleed, wolf pelt. Wait, is that? Technically, no. Anywho's what's it? Oh, dude. Okay. Something I learned in my bleed run, which is part of why I realized bleed is fucking broken, is that bleed does melee damage. Leech effects apply to all damage of that type unless that leech effect specifically says on hit. So, I want y'all to do some quick math and tell me, if you have about, let's say, 4% melee damage leech on the character, and you have about 130 bleed stacks on something, how much damage does that deal? How much damage of that do you get back as HP? Remember, every stack of bleed deals about 35 damage. If your answer is like 200 fucking HP a tick for health received, you're correct. And basically, you cannot die. Now, it's not like instant, you get all your health back. It trickles back in kind of slowly. It's not like a potion effect. Like the health leech goes into a pool and then you steadily get that pool back. Yes, that is called immortality. Indeed it is. Yep, we don't care if it costs a little bit more. We care that it actually does what I want it to do. But still, I'm gonna be perfectly honest, It is like the primary reason why the final boss of my fucking no weapon, no shield run was not only doable, but I beat it first try. Oh, it'll target me if my health is too low. Okay. So then that was... a misuse then. So I just actually just have to make sure that I target the right thing yet. Then. Okay. So I have to get that level back. That's unfortunate, but... in multiplayer, that'd probably be pretty useful, because then, like, you could play as, like, a more support-focused primalist. Like, stands in the back, maybe uses a bow or something. Or a wand if you're feeling magical. Can I jump up there? What do you mean, no? God damn it.
Terra watch over you. Gods.
Whee! I think I'm further than I was on the stream. Like, let's test a no weapons build challenge.
Yes? Gods be with you.
Well, fucking why? One thing I don't really like is because of how infrequently it ends up being used, I don't like the usage of the portals to navigate around, like the temporal rifts, to navigate around like obstacles on the map. Like, I'd almost rather that you just have a solution in that time. Or if the solution is out of time, like, more cool shit like you did with the Temple of Etera at the end of this. I thought that was actually pretty neat. Okay, Maelstrom. Which is a... Oh! Oh, that's a stacking temporary aura. That's what that shit is. That's scary. Everything in a radius of me is taking tick damage. Auras, man. I'm pretty sure the Crusader or whatever can do that kind of build better. With proper auras, even. Just a hunch.
No room, no room.
Hate this. I'm looking for a specific weapon because I'm like dual wielding swords. Because why not? Why not have a sophisticated barbarian that knows how to dual wield swords instead of axes? So what? This is the first time I've seen a captain's ring. Maybe I just never went this direction before. Like, it's not great other than the stun avoidance, so shrug. Hey, there we go. Increased cold damage, increased physical damage, chance to bleed on hit, and increased stun chance. Pay no mind to the fact that I'm wielding 2 broken swords. Everything is perfectly normal and fine. I did not break these swords by swinging them. Or by doing that.
Farewell.
Fucking rip, dude. Also, I just realized I can see below that worm and there's nothing attached. Oof. Don't use shortcuts for an animation if it's going to appear at a different angle. Corners is bad, man.
Impossible.
Money! Holy shit! Not often you see an early game Shrine of Wealth. Like, damn. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make it heal more when I heal my companions. And then we'll just do like more and better healing. Number 13. I swear, I frosty pup is gonna hit a lot more and harder. Damn it. What do you mean I can't jump that high? I'm gonna be mad if I can jump off that thing. This is the floating tentacle. Honestly, look kind of silly. Okay, so I take that to 6. Then I would probably start investing. Oh, Jesus. My minions receive twice the amount of healing that I get when I drink a potion. That's kind of nutty.
No room.
Yeah, it's fine.
No room.
Meh. The stupid antler.
What brings you here? Terra's grace be with you.
I was about to be really mad, but then he stopped. Man, nothing but fucking 200 weapons and a pickaxe. Oof, I'm just realizing I'm losing steam and fast. Fuck. Ugh. Thankfully, I've got that 2 hours in. I didn't even finish my tea. I'm gonna be real. Between the fact that I've got sleep apnea and the fact that I stopped drinking nearly as much caffeine as I used to, staying awake through some days is harder than others. Kind of depends on how I slept the previous night, because something I've been doing to try to help with my sleep apnea while I'm waiting to get approval to, like, have a CPAP, is, like, I've just been trying to sleep a little bit more on my stomach. Hard, because I'm 250 fucking pounds, so my body does not want to stay on my stomach. It's not really a comfortable sleeping position.
No room.
But, I mean, this morning, though I overslept, I did wake up on my stomach, so that's good news. You there! Help me! What if I said no? Get them off of me! What if I said no? I'm not that much of a dick. Hang on. I'm coming, you bossy old grouch. But, yeah. If you're sleeping like trash and you're not entirely sure why, you can talk to a doc. Provided that, like, you know, you're in a position where you can afford one. Oh, you should be fine. You fell out of the elevator here. You both should be alive. Maybe unconscious, but, like, you know. But yeah, I get it. The United States is, like, some of the shittiest...
Impossible.
Like, ability to go see a doctor.
Only a little longer.
But, like, while I don't know any other resources, like, don't hesitate to, like, look up your state's resources and stuff. Get the ability to see a doctor at all. I mean, you can't, like, necessarily afford the treatment for certain, like, things. Like, knowing that you have them sometimes is, like, enough to, like, help some shit out. And also, like, who knows? Once you figure out what the fuck is actually going wrong, insurance will finally fucking cover you. You there, help me. What's it fucking look like I'm doing?
Go on. I'll be right behind you.
Trying to get early yellow rarities equipped. Because they tend to take higher level requirements, or at least give more stats. Oh, I think the ratties are waking up. Ooh. Also, do you ever have pets?
No room.
Make it your mission to, like, learn if they like being picked up or not. Like, I already knew that, like, Simone did not like being picked up. I'm talking about you. But last night I picked them up and he scratched the shit out of my hand trying to get away from me. Like, ugh. I actually have some battle wounds to prove it. I'm not mad at him. It definitely hurt. But it's one of those, like, you know, he and I have to practice me picking him up, kind of, because it's like, if ever I have to, like, kick him out of the cage for whatever reason, or, like, you know, need to pick him up for some other reason, it would help if he didn't freak out as much as he does. But, I mean, all animals are, well, all creatures, really, are their own critter. They have their own personalities. Kamina doesn't, like, give two shits if I pick him up or not. But Simone does. Kamina doesn't mind being pet. Simone would rather be elsewhere if I start petting him with my hands. If I pet him with my fingers, he'll, like, sit for a second, and then he'll be off doing something else. Yep, gonna have to grind for this final boss. Don't know for what, but gonna need to grind. That is the worst. Well, you don't even have an objective, but you know that's like, well, gotta grind. And it's like, oh, cool. Alright, Stormcrow. What? Your crows call down a single massive lightning strike on the targeted area after a brief delay. Hitting all enemies in the area deals 50% more damage per contributing crow. Wow. Lightning spell area attunement. That's kind of cool. Okay, we can have a maximum of 2 companions at once by default. So right now, I have a bird and a wolf. And these are my companions. Giant hand. I mean, technically, like a method I could probably use to pick up Simone is to use a towel. The towel approach will probably work quite well. But, you know. You figure out I don't mean him harm. Whenever I try to pick him up, that would be best, I feel like.
Elder, I have received a plea. The gods have long left this world, but their memory will give no room.
Oh, right. Ooh, Knight on hit. Yeah, the Ateran idol is better, my guy. Gross.
Yes?
Okay, you do still have water. Good. Oh, I actually can't wield the bow, because the bow is for a rogue. Huh. I think it's like one of the only times I've seen that kind of class restriction. Because none of the other weapons have that kind of class restriction. Weird.
I see.
What? Go on, then.
Okay. Because I am feeling quite tired. I am gonna call the stream here. Wouldn't mind streaming for longer, but I don't want to just, like, nod off or stop talking for an extended period of time because I'm starting to, you know, feel snoozy. But it is the 3-day weekend that is Memorial Day weekend for those of us in the States, so... Sunday. Plan on playing Yakuza 5. Oh, fuck. I'm gonna have to make up the 30 minutes of lost progress. Fuck. That shouldn't be too difficult. I'm hoping to have Taiga Saijima in a spot that's, like, good and grinded before then. If I don't, I don't. But, you know. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. Happens when you're tired. Who could we raid? There's not many people playing Last Epoch. Which is interesting to me. Yes. Everyone's playing Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door. I don't blame y'all! But that said... God. Do a small ferret software raid. Why not? Go get some good vibes at staring at sleeping ferrets. They should be up and about and doing shit here relatively soon, because the stream's been up for 3 hours. We'll see. But anyway. Folks, thank you very much for sticking around to the end of the stream. Your guys' time is one of your most valuable resources, and I appreciate you coming here. Especially on a night where it's just like, I just wanted to play Last Epoch. Because, like, you know, I just wanted to play Primalist, play around with that a little bit, see what it's like genuinely, instead of, like, just doing a bullshit melee-only build. I'm gonna have to give Rogue the time of day as well, honestly. But, yeah, be it a minute, 10 minutes, an hour, you get the drill. Second monitor, in the background, wherever I am. I appreciate you sticking around, listening to me ramble. They're just like showing off cool games to folks and having folks to talk to sometimes. But yeah, with all that said, other than that, folks, please remember you are always welcome here at Mona's Potion. And we'll get this raid started. Go enjoy some ferrets. I will see you guys next time.